While angry, overprotective mothers may take one look at the Grand Theft Auto series and claim that it's nothing but violent darkness and despair, fans of this series know that beneath all the bank robberies and killing hookers lies a series full to the brim with laugh-out-loud moments. I'm Dave Control with ArcadeCloud, and today we're counting down part 1 of the most hilarious moments in GTA history. So, let's begin. The police helicopter pilots, GTA 3. I know it may be hard to hear through the sirens, screams, gunfire, and explosions, but if you get your wanted level in GTA 3 high enough to a point at which police helicopters are sent to hunt you down, listen very carefully to what it has to say to you. The helicopter is being controlled by 2 police officers, one good cop who probably doesn't get laid all that often, and a horrible cop with a thirst for your blood. These cops not only have to share a tight cockpit, but a single megaphone as well, resulting in a recipe for hilarity. They're constantly talking over each other to the point where it sounds like the helicopter is a raging schizophrenic at odds with its multiple personalities, with the bad cop going on and on and on about how he's going to fill your sweet bod with lead, while the good cop tells him to knock it off, because language like that is not in the book. It's stuff like this that shows Rockstar's drive to make every square inch of the game enjoyable. The Ice Cream Lady. GTA always made a point to make every character in the game interesting and enjoyable, whether they're a pedestrian the player will likely run over, or a $2 hooker looking to show them a good time. Some of these strangers possess such vibrant personalities that they can appear just once and remain stuck in the player's memory forever. The Ice Cream Lady is just one of those characters. Upon purchasing the Cherry Popper Ice Cream Factory, Tommy meets an old woman that appears to be just a bit disturbed, and by that we mean we're not sure if she's a human or a cold-blooded shape-shifting lizard person. If she were a normal human, she would greet the new owner of her business with a cordial, "Why hello there, good sir. My name is Purple-Shirted Creepy Old Lady with a cane." Instead, she makes an incredible first impression by asking Tommy, "Were you now or at any time a child?" When Tommy answers yes, this sends the old hag into an angry rant about how children are the scum of the earth, before revealing that the ice cream factory is merely a front for Cherry Popper's real business, which manufactures and sells non-dairy products. Produced by children she's abducted to work for her as slaves in an underground sweatshop. How the hell did Rockstar manage to make a scene about child sweatshops even remotely funny? We should all be ashamed of ourselves for so much as smirking to this cutscene. Ryder's robbery attempts. Despite going on and on and on about how much of a genius he is, Lance Ryder Wilson has done plenty of things throughout the course of GTA San Andreas that would lead us to believe the opposite, especially when he attempts to rob people. Exhibit A can be seen early on in the game when CJ visits the well-stacked pizza parlor and spots Ryder attempting to hold up the cashier without wearing a mask or disguising his voice. To make matters worse, this apparently isn't the first time Ryder has attempted to do this, as the cashier knows who he is and brushes it off as yet another failed robbery, casually pulling out a shotgun, opening fire on the petty thief. If you think that's ridiculous, take a look at the mission Home Invasion. Tasked with breaking into the house of a war veteran at night and stealing his stash of weapons while he's asleep, Ryder initially opts to go in guns blazing as any rational burglar would do, until the completely incompetent CJ suggests they take a stealthier approach as not to risk, you know, getting caught by Officer Samuel L. Jackson. No, seriously, he did a voice in this game. IMDb it. Ryder calls his approach to stealth, quote, ninja style, an ancient technique passed down from master thief to master thief for generations. The thief must stand outside their target's house in the middle of the night and loudly alert them of their presence. You know, like a ninja would do. Psychological warfare at its finest. Johnny meets STUBBS, the lost and the damned. Throughout its nearly 20 years of existence, GTA has perfected the juvenile art of the dick joke, cramming in as many as they possibly can, big or small, in every new installment of the franchise. No matter how many of these jokes Rockstar makes in the future, none will ever quite compare to this golden moment that appeared in The Lost and the Damned. Looking for work, Johnny meets with a politician by the name of Thomas Stubbs, and with that name, there's one dick joke right off the bat. Unfortunately for Johnny, Stubbs has absolutely no decency whatsoever, and we're talking about his corrupt and illegal activities, not the fact that he essentially believes in dictatorships. Dictatorships? But the fact that he decided to meet with Johnny while completely nude, his manhood hanging out for all to see. It's an incredible awkward moment for Johnny, meaning that it's an absolutely hilarious moment for the player, watching Johnny try so hard to break eye contact with Stubbs. And this isn't one of those scenes that uses clever editing and camera tricks to hide things from us. We unfortunately get to bear witness to its glory as well. well. I bet Johnny wishes he got his head stomped in by Trevor right then and there. Michael gives Laszlo a makeover. Laszlo is a name that makes the blood of GTA players everywhere boil, having heard his irritating voice on Weasel News throughout previous installments of the franchise. For those of you unaware of why you should hate him so, he's pretty much the human embodiment of a horrible mixture of TMZ, Fox News, and reality TV. And with that, you should know he is not at all deserving of the benefit of the doubt. In GTA 5, players were finally able to confront this piece of human garbage in one of the most hilarious and satisfying encounters found in the game. Michael and Jimmy's search for Tracy ends at a tattoo parlor where they see her negotiating with Laszlo about kickstarting her professional TV career in exchange for sexual favors, prompting Michael to barge in and do his worst. In a more lighthearted and humorous version of the game's earlier torture scene, Michael straps Laszlo down to a chair for a much needed makeover. He then tattoos a big, beautiful John Thomas onto the bastard's back, something Laszlo is completely unaware of. Michael finishes off Laszlo's makeover by cutting off something he cherishes almost as much as his own manhood, his trademark ponytail. It's not often that a game developer lets you do this to such a hated character. In the end, it's a moment that's not only hilarious, but strangely therapeutic as well. NIKO'S immunity to interrogation. NIKO has been through more pain in his life than anybody should ever have to endure. He was a soldier in a bloody war when he was too young, he committed several atrocities and watched his closest friends die, essentially scarring NIKO for life and rendering him completely numb and unfeeling about everything. So how exactly could something so horribly depressing make for something even remotely humorous? The hilarity ensues when NIKO and Roman are kidnapped by Mikhail Faustein's people and brought into his basement to be interrogated. Unfortunately for them, interrogation and torture is no different than being tickled in NIKO's eyes, laughing off several blows to the head, and constantly answering the thugs' questions with witty and sarcastic comebacks as if the thing is one big joke. Either NIKO is very confident in his ability to survive horrific conflict, or he simply just doesn't care whether or not he lives or dies at this point in his life. The only thing that snaps NIKO out of this highly entertaining persona and into a state of concern is when Mikhail puts a round in Roman's lap and the hilarious screaming match that follows, showing that NIKO really does care deeply for Roman, even if he drives him crazy with barrages of phone calls about bowling. Thanks for watching part 1 of the most hilarious moments in GTA. Which one had you in stitches? Let us know in the comments below. And if you like this video, be sure to slap a like on it. If you want to see more content like this, be sure to smack that subscribe button to be the first to know when new videos will be dropping. Thanks for watching.